right, we are tracking news from the World Cup now. PCB chairman Mohsen Naqvi recently sat down for several hours with ICC deputy chairman Imran Khwaja and senior officials in Lahore. He went in with 5 specific demands: bigger revenue from India, Pakistan matches, resumption of bilateral series and guarantees after the Asia Cup final drama. In that final, India had refused to take the trophy or medals from his hands. So Naqvi had to pick it up himself and walk off. Every single demand was rejected. When he came out of the meeting, the cameras were waiting and he was questioned directly about the whole India boycott episode. The boycott threat itself, which had come from the Pakistan government just days earlier, was quietly dropped after further talks, government intervention and requests from Bangladesh and other boards. Now, Mohsen Naqvi faced an awkward moment when he was questioned about Pakistan's decision to withdraw its boycott threat against the India match at the T20 World Cup. The exchange took place just hours before the Pakistan government confirmed the withdrawal of the boycott threat. Let's in fact take a look at what that threat is. So, when we are looking at these various threats that the Pakistan in fact had been putting into place, let's look at those statements and let's look at how Mohsen Naqvi was in fact questioned. So, this person, he's a reporter, he's a YouTuber, he is in fact present outside the venue where the meeting was held. He asks Mohsen Naqvi, did you manage to convince the ICC to meet PCB's demands? And what does Naqvi reply with? He says the decision will be taken in a while. Then he asks, will it be good news? Because Pakistan is expecting some sort of good news. They have been holding their position over the past few days. You must have, Naqvi replies that you must have seen Bangladesh's statement. So he is in fact referring to another statement by Bangladesh. Bangladesh has requested that Pakistan play the match. Clearly, so their issues have been resolved and this is why that they had made this request. So he is now turning the entire controversy on its head. He is saying that Bangladesh has requested them to pay, so since their issues have been resolved, we will play. Now the journalist is actually pressing on the PCB's demands, because that's what the reports were coming in, that the PCB had put certain demands in place. But then Naqvi says that we took a stand for Bangladesh. It was their matter. We didn't do anything for ourselves. A very selfless Pakistan in fact coming to the fore over here, because Naqvi is saying that everything that happened was because they did it for Bangladesh, they did it for their friends. But let's in fact discuss this further with our guests who are joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Sunil Yashkalra, cricket scholar; Noel David, former Indian cricketer; Tos Rizvi, senior sports journalist. Thank you all for joining us on the broadcast to discuss this matter. Let me in fact first go across to Mr. Kalra on this very humiliating moment, if I can say so, for the PCB chief over there, Mr. Kalra.
Well, absolutely. If you look at it, what is this solidarity thing? What is this brotherhood? I mean, you are in a World Cup to compete, play and win against a country, not to show solidarity. You've not come in a candlelit march to give support to someone. Your job is to go out, play, win the match, win the trophy, and get yourselves up. Here, what I'm getting a feeling is that they're all fighting for freedom struggle from the ICC, and they're talking about things that we did not even hear. Ask Noel David. He's an international cricket player. He knows when to shake hands, what is the importance of being in the zone and being and competing at the highest level. Here, I think they've lost not only the plot, but they've lost the entire sense of direction that needs. Over to you.
Absolutely. In fact, Mr. David, you know, the journalist kept pressing on. He kept asking Mr. Naqvi, if PCB's demands were met, if any of the demands were met, if there is some kind of good news for Pakistan, because there seems to be no point for Pakistan to be involved in such a long drawn controversy if it was just doing this for Bangladesh to in the end say, please go ahead and play the match.
Don't you think they made themselves a fool of themselves, first of all? Okay, and they made a fool of Bangladesh. I was just reading where the head coach of the Bangladesh, Mr. Phil Simmons, was saying, you know, it is our misfortune that we couldn't go to India to play the World Cup. I feel we have been fooled. The same people who had previously refused to go to India are now willing to play against India for a small sum of money. So you can imagine what Pakistan board is all about. Okay, they have, you know, they should be ashamed of themselves first, you know, bending down now. And even Afridi, the person who was quoting so much, was saying so much, Shahid Afridi, he even quoted saying, you know, I have no face to go onto the ground or to face anybody now. What Mohsen Naqvi have you know, done, and at last agreeing to play against the Indians. So you can imagine what Mohsen Naqvi is all about, and Pakistan board is all about. You know, they can change their mindset, and it's not the first time. It has been done in previous when this thing also. So I think this is they play this game only to get attention from everybody. They play it, and the last moment, you know, they wash their hands off, you know, and lift their hands and saying, you know, we try, you know, we tried to do something for Bangladesh or any other country, and then, you know, that's it. That's what Pakistan is all about. So I'm so thrilled that they had to bend down to ICC, which is the highest, you know, cricketing board in the world. And I think I appreciate the administration, especially, you know, Jaisha sir, others who have stood to their verdict and said, you want to play, you play. You don't want to play, thank you very much. You can sit at home.
Absolutely. In fact, let me also rope in Mr. Rizvi on this. Sir, how are you looking at this entire situation? We have been discussing this since the controversy erupted, and we had, in fact, you know, this was a bluff that everyone called out, that in the end, Pakistan will obviously play that match, and that's what happened.
10 days ago, we had a similar show on Pakistan when they had, you know, asked to, when they were promised to pull out of the World Cup, and then followed by pulling out of the match against Pakistan. And I had said the same thing. Pakistan won't pull out. They will be playing the match. They will bend their knees. I mean, Pakistan has become so predictable. I mean, on the field, they are known as an unpredictable team who can throw surprises, who can win the World Cup, who can win the matches from anywhere. But off the field, they have become very, very predictable. Everybody knew that these guys at the end of the day will go and play the match. They will give an excuse. It's become a narrative war for Pakistan. And that is what they have been playing over the time. Whether you talk about geopolitics, whether you talk about cricket politics, they have become a sham. I mean, you have stabbed Bangladesh completely from behind. You force them to pull out of the tournament, boycott the tournament, and now you come out with a narrative where you want to show solidarity with Bangladesh by when they have requested, okay, the ecosystem of cricket ecosystem should not be affected. So Bangladesh has asked us to play, so we are playing. So this is a sham. Pakistan has become a sham, unfortunately. But you know what? They are winning the narrative war because they have forced ICC to come and requested multiple times. ICC has gone to Bangladesh. They have requested. They have gone all the way to meet Pakistan to know their demands. Why are they not playing? ICC should have snubbed. If they were really serious, they should have snubbed Pakistan. They should have snubbed Bangladesh. They should have taught these teams a lesson. See, at the end of the day, they are snubbing a world body. But again, ICC should not have entertained their request. They should not have, gone out there all out to convince them, okay, bhai, please khelo aage. I mean, it's an important game. Pakistan, Bangladesh. They should have taken a strict action. They should have sanctioned the team. Now, Bangladesh is not being sanctioned. The reports are coming out. ICC is saying they are not going to sanction. They are going to stay with Bangladesh is going to play a tournament in future. Pakistan is going to play against India. They have been convinced. So what exactly happened? I don't know. I mean, this was a completely narrative war. I mean, I would say Pakistan has been doing this for a long time. Whether you talk about the Asia Cup, whether you talk about whatever happened before that as well, you talk about the handshakes. I mean, all these small issues are being taken up just to win the narrative war. Forget about the game on field. They are not winning it. They will lose this game. But again, some way or the other, they are happy winning. You know that there is some kind of sadistic pleasure that they get trouble by troubling cricketing nations ICC, which is sad.
Absolutely. In fact, when we're talking about this controversy which is happening off field, let's also talk about their on field performance. The Pakistan team is set to take on United States, and this is just days after the boycott storm finally blew over. The Americans are riding a wave of confidence after pushing India hard in their opening game. They had the defending champions at 77 for 6 before Surya Kumar Yadav's unbeaten 84 took India to 161 and a 29-run win. Pakistan, on the other hand, have spent the last week caught up in closed-door ICC meetings, the Asia Cup trophy fallout and the off-field pressure. They also haven't forgotten losing to the same USA side in a super over during the 2024 World Cup. Now the noise has died down and Pakistan need a solid win here to get their tournament back on track. Let me in fact rope in again Mr. Kalra on this. The cricketers in the end, they have a match to play. They are looking at USA and they surprised us all with that match against tournament favourites India. Do you believe in fact, they played very well in 2024 and defeated Pakistan. Do you believe, how do you see this match actually panning out?
See, if you ask me about the preparation, India is almost there in speaking. It's got an early share of jolt which was required, but Pakistan is no more a match. In fact, some of the players and the coaches of the players I was talking to, I've been fortunate to be talking to them, and they've said it's a completely disrupted side. Few of the players have lost their morale, their sense of concentration. In fact, the thing is so bad that you're talking about solidarity. The Pakistan dressing room doesn't have solidarity amongst themselves. Believe me, Babar Azam talks to only few people, and Shaheen Shah Afridi has got his own bunch of friends. So you've got a three type Pakistan divided dressing room, and I've been told by one of the very prominent person from the family of a player who's playing here. So be rest assured, Pakistan is distraught. They don't have the match practice. The previous match, if you see, they were almost out of the game unless the number 8 batter did what he did, Houdini's act of getting him to the victory. And I think the field, somebody was telling me about the fitness level of the players. One of the former players said that these guys are difficult to last. Especially
All right, I believe there is some sort of a connection issue over there with Mr. Kalra's line, but let me also rope in Mr. David on this. Mr. David, do you believe that USA does have a chance against Pakistan given the circumstances that surround the team and the players?
Both ways, noise. So can you repeat the question again, please?
Mr. David, I was asking, do you also believe that USA stands a chance against Pakistan given the circumstances and the pressure that the Pakistan team and the players are facing?
Absolutely. I think US has an upper hand because, as you said, 2 years back, they have defeated Pakistan in the Super 6. I know that morale, that boost will be there within itself. And the way they bowled against the Indians, yes, they lost the game because, India is a different side, but the way they bowled, the way they fielded, the catches they took, I think they were really, really too good on the field. The batting, if the batting clicks a bit, I think they can take on Pakistan. I feel the way Sunil has said, there is no unity among the Pakistan team itself. The rivalry between Shaheen Shah Afridi and Babar Azam still going on. The rift between few other players, the senior players still going on. So the unity among themselves and the dressing room atmosphere is really not up to what people have expected in Pakistan. So I think if you want to beat any team, I think the unity has to be there when you enter onto the field. But if you go with the ego, you go with differences, then you're not a team. So I think USA has an upper hand, and if they play to their potential and back to their potential, I feel that they can beat Pakistan at any time.
Right. Mr. Rizvi, do you also believe that USA might just have the upper hand over here? Mr. Kalra listed a host of problems that he's had an interaction with players. They have, in fact, reported to him that, the players, even physical fitness comes into the question when they are not, performing.
No, I think if they had put up a show against India, I mean, with the bat, I mean, they definitely did well against India. With the ball, they were superb. But with the bat, if they would have put up a show, some kind of a contest, I would have said, okay, they're going to have an upper hand. But again, I would like to talk about America. They can take the confidence from last year, whatever, 2024, where they defeated Pakistan. But those conditions were different. That Indian side, that American side was different. But that Pakistan side was different. This is a much settled side. Yeah, there could be rift, there could be egos, which is there everywhere, in every team somewhere or the other. But this is a good looking side. Yeah, they might be affected by the narrative war, but then at the end they are professional players. Although they don't behave like, but they are professional players. We have to realize that, and they'll come good because it's a good side. It's a decent side. They're playing in subcontinental conditions. They know the conditions in Colombo. They know what happens in India. They know. So America is playing for the first time in India when it comes to a big tournament. So I think it's not going to be a one-sided affair. But Pakistan will definitely have the upper hand because they have a settled batting side, a good opening pair in Saib Zada Farman, who's looking hungry, who's dangerous. There is Saim Ayub. Babar Azam, he was ordinary in the last game, but again, against Netherlands, they were quite okay. Exactly what India struggled against America. So somewhere, but they went on to win. So it's going to be a good contest. But I think if America's batting side would have been good, I think there would have been a good challenge. But I don't think so. In these subcontinent conditions, America can put up a show against Pakistan.
Okay, so we do have a divided house over here, I think, on this. But thank you so much, Mr. Kalra, Mr. Rizvi and Mr. David for joining us on the broadcast to discuss this. With that, we are wrapping up this bulletin and slipping into a short commercial.